Hey guys, welcome to another YouTube video. Today it's going to be a showing off video. Now I got some items from some flea markets and some items from some pawn shops. Well, one pawn shop actually. And then I've got a few updates I'll show y'all. But first I'll show off is the only pawn shop find. And it was nice finding this. This is a buck 422 from 19... Get my chart out. I always say if you're going to start collecting buck knives, get yourself a tang stamp chart to help you out. This is a 1994 buck 422 that I picked up for only $15. That's a heck of a steal, and it's in really great shape. It's got some use on it, but the plastic is in almost pristine shape, and it locks pretty good for being an old buck. I mean, you can just hear that click that the buck makes. And as those who may know, I had a green one of these that I sent into Buck. I've still yet to receive that back. And now I've got the black one and the green one. And I hope to collect all the other colors they made. So that was a good find. That's going to go straight into my collection. Again, goes to show what you can find at a pawn shop. That's really the only pawn shop find I got. The rest of this all came from flea markets. So let's go ahead and dive into it. First things first is I found a couple of files. This one is a Nicholson file that I paid $3 for. It's a nice thick file. This is going to make a good knife. The handle is good wood, so what I think I'll do is I'll take the handle off and make that into the handle on a knife, on another knife, and then take the file, anneal it, and put it with the other files I've got that I make knives out of. So that was a good find. Next is this... brand. Here it is. Kind of corroded. This is a Simpsons file, USA, that I paid $1 for. Great shape. It's going to make a great looking knife when I'm done with it. Again, I'll anneal it, yada yada. Let's see. Then at that same flea market, I also picked up some butter knives to make some handles with. And those who may know, I said in the previous video that I'm taking handles off these butter knives and making my own style blades. And I'll show you some of those at the end of this video. Darn mosquitoes, get out of here. So first things first, they had a bin at this flea market, about 50 cents per utensil, and I was fine with that. So here's one that I picked up that I'll be taking the handle off of. Looks really nice. Then here's another one that I picked up and I'll be taking the handle out of. And here's another one that I picked up I'll be taking the handle out of. Darn buds. Here's another one I'll be taking the handle out of. Here's another one. I tried to get different ones so that way I can do each one a different design. This one I'm not going to take the handle off. This one is, what do they call it? Is solid nickel silver. This one I'm going to clean up and probably put for sale depending on how much I can get for it. It's in really good shape. It's going to clean up pretty well, but I'll decide whether or not to sell it or not when I get done with it. So that goes to show what you can get from a flea market. So that was all just at one flea market. Phew, it's hot today. Next, I went to visit that same flea market where I bought those case scissors. I'll show those what they look like now. And I went to the same booth and found another pair. These are a bigger pair. And the reason I went back is, well, not only to find another pair of these. It's a good friend of mine named Blake Cole. Those who know my channel know who he is. He's a good friend of mine. And he asked me if I could go back and get a pair of these for him. And he'll pay my price. And he did. And... these case scissors are in pretty good shape for the age. These are from 1930. These are a pair of case cutlery scissors. They didn't make very much of these, and these are going to look great in Blake's collection. Blake, I hope you're watching this. And those who know me know I have a love-hate relationship with case. I love case because of their history, and I collect mainly case old stuff, but I don't collect case modern stuff that often, unless I can get it real cheap. And this one is one of those ones that I got real cheap. This is a case 059LSS that I picked up for only $10 at that same flea market. And It's an okay knife, I guess. It is sharp. It's never been used. And this one is just going to be put in my collection just for the heck of it. Because I paid so cheap for it. And if I get another one, I'll probably sell that one. So that goes to show what you can get for only $10. And I mean, for $10, I mean, heck, I would have bought it anyway. And then next, of course, I picked up a nice little screwdriver to put in my collection. Another USA one. And this one's a Phillips, not a flathead. And that's mainly the ones I'm trying to find are ones that are Phillips's, because most of the ones that I find are always made in flatheads, which is what they were originally made for. And so if anybody's ever considered giving away the ones that are Phillips's, happily let me know, because I can always use them, because I have more flatheads than Phillips ones, and I love to use these. So anyway, those were all at a different flea market. Next is going to another flea market I went to, where I picked up these. These are some old butcher knives that they've been well used, but these I'm going to modify and do some tuning up to. This one is a Forge USA. Then I'll take this handle off and make my own handle once I know what kind of tang I'm dealing with. And this one is in really bad shape. This one I can suspect was an old hickory at one point. It definitely seen some better days. But what I'll do is clean it up, modify it, make it a lot more perform, and make it into a nice little butcher's knife. And then next I picked up this little bread knife. Now normally I never used to pick these up, but the only reason I did is so I can take this handle off and make my own style blade out of it. And for heck, $2, that'll be fine with me. The blade I'll scrap off, and the handle I'll make my own blade with. And then, last but not least, I also picked up this nice colonial camp knife that I'll be putting for sale. So that's, again, goes to show what you can get. And those were just at another flea market. Last but not least is the two items I picked up at the last flea market we went to. First, I found this nice Kershaw Japanese fillet knife. It's in pretty okay shape. The tip is very badly bent, and it needs to be cleaned. And this one I will clean up and put for sale. I'll get a sheath with it and put it for sale on eBay when I'm done with it. And then I found another nice, which one is this? This is a Johnson file. Again, I'll make a nice blade out of this. Alright, that's all the stuff I've gotten at the flea markets and pawn shops. Next, it's time for the updates. Now, those who are probably wondering on this channel, all these butter knives that I take apart, you're wondering what I do with the blades? Well, two things. One, it depends on the blade material. All the ones that just say stainless steel USA or something like that, those I actually do reuse because they are USA steel. It's just stainless steel. And y'all are going to like what I made out of some of these. Let me get it on real quick. Those who may know me know I love horror movies. It's just one of the things I love watching, and anyone who knows their horror movies will know what these are from. I took the remaining butter knives from that set of 4 that I bought in a previous video and made these bad boys. Since I did love the Freddy Krueger franchise, I made my own little set of Freddy Krueger claws. Wes Craven would be proud, and these are sharp. Now, these are not 90% replicas. These are just finger knives that I made to replicate his. Those are deadly. Just imagine that part of the movie where he runs these on a nail chalkboard. Just again, Wes Craven himself would probably be proud of that. Next update I'll do is on those handles I use from the butter knives. I got a couple of them right here. Some of them are still in the dry rack. So here's one of them I finished. This is a nice little dagger I finished using the handle off one of those butter knives, and the blade's made from a file, and the guard is machined out of aluminum. Again, these are for sale. If anybody wants these, you can happily buy one. This one, on the other hand, is not for sale. This one, those who may remember, my good friend JR sent me a large bundle of knives in a previous video, and one of them was a dagger that came with this sheath. And what I did is I did rehandle it, but I just didn't like the handle it originally, I put on it. So I took that handle off and actually put one of the butter knife handles on this, and it made it look beautiful. Of course, I took the blade, hand polished it, made it look a lot nicer, and put an edge back on it. Trying to sneeze. Gesundheit. My apologies. It is allergy season after all. Anyway, as I was saying, I took one of those and put the tang all the way through it and peened the opposite end. And it all fits together perfectly. And you gotta admit how beautiful that looks with all that nice engraving it's got on it. Thank you very much, JR. And the sheath still fits it perfectly. So that one I am keeping. But yeah, this one, if you want to purchase it, you can happily purchase it off our eBay account. Next is on those other case scissor knives that I purchased. And here they are now, fully cleaned up and sharp as heck. Which these I don't plan on using. These I do plan on putting in my collection since they are case old stock and you don't find stuff this old that's near mint like this, and it was worth cleaning up. And then next are these Ken Cutter scissors. Again, I fully cleaned them up. Those who've seen the last video know how bad condition these were in. Now they almost look brand new. And these I'm going to put on eBay for anybody to buy. And then this is one of the butcher knives I bought in the last video that I cleaned up and put in my collection because I love the style and it's a really good knife. And then last but not least is that camp knife my good friend JJ got me. I fully cleaned it up and now it looks a lot better. Repainted the handles and put it all back together. Thank you very much, Edward. That's awesome. Oh, allergy season. Anyway, I guess I hope you enjoyed the video. And I guess don't forget to go back to the next video, the previous video, and vote for the next unboxing knife because I do got a package coming. And I guess, as always, stay sharp.